So good morning. It's Tuesday, and yesterday was a very interesting day. I went in to see. Well, first of all, I woke up, got a good run at the day. I went through my junk removal book again, and I finished up the very last draft on it from my standpoint. And I got that pushed off to Adam. And what happened yesterday was at 8:30 I had to be up and get one of these infusions of antibiotics because of this thing that's on my hand. Okay, now this thing has been on my hand for better than 2 months now, and I thought that there was something wrong, and my dermatologist at my monthly appointment or my yearly appointment looked at it, and she used some of that liquid nitrogen on it, and it never really healed up after that. So I told Angie that I think there's something wrong here, and that lady had told me that if this doesn't heal up, to get back with her. So I did that. And I expressed to Angie how important it was, and I had her set me up an appointment. And she said, yeah, I told them how important it was, but they didn't think it was important. So they set me up an appointment for like 3 weeks later. So I go back in 3 weeks later, and she takes a culture. She looks at it. She looks visibly concerned, very concerned. And she took a little razor thing, and she cut a piece off of it, and then she used something to cauterize it, and she sent it off. So then Friday evening at 7 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a call from her, and I always thought she was a doctor. She's actually a PE, physician's assistant, a PA. So I talked to her, and she's really concerned. So, well, I'm concerned because she's concerned. So she had me. She said I had to notify the CDC about this. I'm like, whoa, what? And then she says I have to talk to, and then I talked to an infectious disease person, and you need. They're going to be calling you in a few minutes. So I'm like, whoa. I mean, it's 7 o'clock at night. Medical stuff. Normal medical stuff doesn't get done during the day like that, or in the evening like that. So I'm like, wow, this must be serious. So the lady sets up an appointment. I go to see her the next morning, and she looks at it, and she's an older lady. She's older than me by 10 years, so she's in her 70s. Super nice lady, just super nice lady. Well, she's concerned. She's very concerned. Her body language is telling me this. She's kind of saying it, but not. She's not like saying, "Oh my God, you're going to die" or anything like that. She didn't say anything like that. But what she did, so she basically, they set me up, and for 4 days, I went and got these antibiotic infusions, and I went and saw her. I think that was like on Thursday. I went and saw her Monday morning, and I pulled this off, and I said, "It looks a lot better, doesn't it?" She says, "No, it doesn't look better." I'm like, "Oh." And she said, "What's that up on your arm?" So if you can see up here on the arm, there's a nodule here and a nodule here. There's two of them. They were about the size of a dime. They're now the size of a quarter. So yesterday she says, "Hey, here's what I need you to do. I need you to do this quickly. I need you to get with your dermatologist and get a culture." I'm like, okay. And she says, "And I need you to do this quickly." And then she says, "And then I need you to what else did she need me to do? She needed me to go I can't remember what else it was, but anyway, it's very important. I needed to do it right away. So we start getting this underway and making some phone calls. I was going to go get a CT scan on my arm to make sure that this thing, that the infection's actually gone from my hand up to my elbow. And she's trying to make sure that it hasn't spread any further than that. So, fortunately, okay, so she said, and then you need to go to this place. And they weren't open. They weren't going to be open for, I was going to have to do it in the morning. So then she calls me back. She says, I changed my mind. She says, Dave, I want you to go to the emergency room. I'm like, oh, great. So I talked to her for a minute, and I said, okay, so what do you need me to do? And then we had a conversation, and she said, I really like you. I'm a Naples doctor. I'd really like you to go here close to me. And I'm like, all right, well, what's your favorite hospital? I'll go there. So that's where I'm at. I'm in the hospital. The infectious disease doctor came in, talked to me yesterday. They took me yesterday about 4 o'clock, and I'm here. So they're going to have a surgeon come in, and he's going to open this up and get a culture out of it. They need a culture out of it so they can figure out what's wrong with it. In order to fix it, they need to figure out exactly what kind of infection it is. They don't know if it's a marine infection, something from the water, or they don't know if it's from, some sort of bacteria from a plant or something like that. And then once they can do that, then they can hone in on the getting it fixed. I asked the guy yesterday, is this life-threatening? And he said no, but he said it'll spread all through your body and create all kinds of havoc. And you're 2 months into this, or over 2 months into this. You're getting to it awful late. We need to get this resolved. So today I'm in the hospital waiting to find out if the surgeon's got time to come in and do a little procedure. It's not a big procedure. It's just it'll be a local, and he'll cut this out and get the culture that they need. And then they're going to put me on a different regimen of antibiotics and kind of clear it up. So that's why we're doing my daily vlog, number 112, in my green shirt at the hospital. So we just put out a video, a very interesting video. I was watching this. Hudson does our drone work, and it's very interesting to see it. It's stuff that's going on right after Helene, and all the water all the sand that got pushed up onto the streets, and these 2 gigantic piles that have that really are our beach in a pile. It's just very interesting. It's very interesting. It's, we've been beating the sand thing to death, but the magnitude of this thing is gigantic. They're still pulling sand off of Bonita Beach. They got most of the sand. The majority of the sand is all cleaned up on Fort Myers Beach, and now Fort Myers Beach is got like a mini Ian thing going on. There's a lot of debris on the streets and stuff, and they're really only looks like they might be running 1 or 2 trucks to get the debris cleaned up, and then they're putting that same debris is in that same area that they have over there by Lover's Key. They got this big gigantic field that's about the size of a football field, maybe a football field and a half, and that's where after Ian they had gigantic mountains of debris. And then, so now they got a small mountain of debris coming off from Helene and from Milton. And then next to that, they have this gigantic pile that's like 7 stories tall of sand. So that's the video today. So I talked to Blake yesterday. He's the guy that's going to promote me as an author. And also he's finishing up my second book, which I'm going to go through here in a minute and go through so basically, I wrote the book in a video form. We transcribed it. They're putting it into a book form, and then I'm going through and I'm making it have my flavor. So that's what we're doing. So we're almost we're we're really not that far into it. So part of that book, I included my junk removal book as part of that book. And so it's kind of like, to me, it was like 1 or 2 chapters or 3 chapters of this bigger book. And then it goes into all the other stuff that we do, which the stuff is fascinating. It's interesting, and it definitely makes money. And it's something that if you put the junk removal component on the front of it, you can take it from zero, and you can build wealth with it. So because we did it. Basically, what we're doing is I started into the SEO stuff, and I thought that it was going to be. I didn't realize it was going to be so. There was going to be so much to it. If you want to do it right, there's a lot to it. So I want to do it right. So I'm going through a course. I read a book, and then I'm going to go through a course with Yoast. And I already had a subscription with SEMrush. And between those 3 things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one of our. I'm going to analyze our competitors. I'm going to put up our keywords that we can rank for, and I'm going to give us a presence in this next marketplace and also in the marketplace that we're in now. And I'm kind of excited about it. I've only been through, it's probably it looks like it's about 40 hours of training, and I'm only maybe 5 hours into it. And I find it fascinating. I know a lot of it. I've done a lot of it, but I don't know it the way that I'm learning it. I knew what I had heard. I knew what I Googled, and I didn't know how the pieces and parts fit together as well. So my SEO weekend has turned into the SEO month, and I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm trapped here in the hospital, and I'm going to get through a bunch of this training. So anyway, that's it. It's Remove It Pro's Demolition, and talking to you from Baker Hospital in Naples, Florida. Naples is beautiful, by the way. Very beautiful. I like it a lot. So that's it. I will see you on the next video.